Welcome to Latin Record Party by DJ Hong. This is CoBeatParty Day 274. We're just getting started here, so grab a snack, put on your favorite dance socks, listen to the music.
La vida pasar parado en la orilla, convertido en un juego que quise y no pude parar. Me bebí tanto amor, tantas noches de golpe y no pude disfrazar mi tristeza, mi pena y mi soledad. Cuántas veces sentí de verdad que ya estaba vencido, caminando sin rumbo y andando no más por andar. Por momentos perdí la esperanza de estar algún día compartiendo mi casa con alguien así como tú. Soñaba alguien como tú, alguien que de pronto cambiara mis sueños, mi suerte, y llegaste tú. Alguien que me hiciera el amor como tú, alguien que luchara así como tú, igual como tú, así como tú, como tú. Quería alguien como tú, alguien que fuera mi huella, mi faro, mi guía, y llegaste tú. Alguien que me hiciera vibrar como tú, con esa ternura así como tú, igual como tú, así como tú. Cuando vuelven a mí los recuerdos de tantos domingos, compartiendo mi cuarto con nadie ni nada que hablar. Me bebí tanto amor, tantas noches de golpe y no pude disfrazar mi tristeza, mi pena y mi soledad. Cuántas veces sentí de verdad que ya estaba vencido, caminando sin rumbo y andando no más por andar. Por momentos perdí la esperanza de estar algún día compartiendo mi casa con alguien así como tú, como tú. Soñaba alguien como tú, alguien que de pronto cambiara mis sueños, mi suerte, y llegaste tú. Alguien que me hiciera el amor como tú, alguien que luchara así como tú, igual como tú, así como tú, como tú. Quería alguien como tú, alguien que fuera mi huella, mi faro, mi guía, y llegaste tú. Alguien que me hiciera vibrar como tú, con esa ternura así como tú, igual como tú, así como tú. Y hoy yo le doy
Shout out to Rumbera,
gracias al cielo, porque
Jefferson,
encontré
Ramírez
lo que
Guerrero,
yo quiero.
saludos bro, Kaori-san in Japan. We're just getting started, so
Tu belleza virginal
share it with
ha
everyone.
cambiado
Compartan,
mi vida,
compartan, compartan, por favor.
y ya no hay soledad.
Gracias por sintonizarme.
Escucha, me siento tan contento al tenerte a mi lado.
Hello,
Pues eres
Marco
mi esperanza,
Nardi Chao,
mi huella,
Italia
mi
in the house.
faro. Ay, mi cariño, tú eres lo que esperaba, eres
was Ralphie Santi and the great Tito Allen on vocals and the song Como Tu. And I want to thank all of you for tuning in this Sunday. This is Sunday morning in the United States and Sunday afternoon in Europe, Sunday evening in Asia. All are welcome. Gracias a toda la gente salsera por sintonizarme a este momento. Shout out at Claire, good morning. Lala, good afternoon. Kaori, good evening. Marco, ciao from Italia. Lisita, mi rumbera desde España. Gia in Asia. John Marushkin in Massachusetts. Good morning. And David Pisconte. Saludos. Janet, tuning in. What's up, Janet? And Michael Giapong from the beautiful UK. And Jefferson desde Venezuela. Saludos, gracias, bro. And okay, I think I'm caught up. And today is a special treat because normally I do my Sunday set by myself. And today, because of a schedule change, I said, why don't I team up with my good friend and co-founder of CoBeatParty. His name is Mr. Salsa Jim. So we're going to welcome him to the stream right now. Salsa Jim, what's up, bro? How are you doing? I can't hear you if you're saying anything. Jim is, looks like he's typing.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, there you go.
Test out my sound here.
I can hear you. You sound very quiet. Did you just wake up?
Checking. I'm not hearing you guys.
Oh, well, I can hear you. Let me type that in the chat. This often happens when we set up a StreamYard, and it's been a while since me and Jim have teamed up, but I'm looking forward to the collaboration. So while Jim is getting his sound set up, I'm going to give a few more shout-outs. We have Marie, Tony Barajas.
I'm trying to figure this out here. I'm not hearing you.
In the house. We've got Gasper, DJ Gap in the house, and Army Triple Threat from my hometown of Philadelphia in the house. Nuno. Good morning, brother. Nuno from Portugal. Oh, Jefferson, you're from Colombia. I thought you were from Venezuela, bro. Oh, wait, no, this is a different Jefferson. Sorry. Wrong Jefferson. All right.
You can hear me, but I'm not able to hear you.
Yep, I am talking, but I think I am. Anyway, well, I'm going to play a song while we're trying to get Jim's audio working in his ear. This is Conjunto Cristal and their version of Ladrón de tu Amor. Ladrón de tu Amor. Romántica. For the morning.
Aquella noche un vagabundo cambió tu risa en amargura y sin permiso entró en tu mundo para robarte la ternura y desde entonces me condenó a que no vuelvas a ser mía, a estar perdida entre mis sueños, a que me niegues cada día. Soy el ladrón. Y al saber de tu desprecio siento miedo que nunca soy el ladrón.
Jim, check 1, check 2. Can you hear me, bro?
Yep, hear you, bro. So, nice and clear.
All right, you're up after this.
Quien busca por donde quiera a su bendita Leonela.
Soy el ladrón de tu amor, quien te robó el corazón.
Me voy a Caracas a buscarla para darle mi corazón.
Soy el ladrón de tu amor, quien te robó el corazón.
¿Quién te lo robó? ¿Quién te lo robó? ¿Quién te lo robó? ¿Quién te lo gozó? Ese fui
Soy
yo.
el ladrón de tu amor, quien te robó el corazón.
Yo soy el ladrón de tu amor. Yo soy Fernando Lavoy. Sí, señor.
Soy el ladrón de tu amor, quien te robó el corazón.
Oye, Samara, tú fuiste que me condenó. Que condenó a mi alma a no verte más.
Te robó el corazón,
Querer darte mi amor y que me lo rechazara mi amor. Pero yo lucharé, pero yo lucharé, pero yo lucharé.
te robó el corazón,
Oye, si no me abres la puerta, entro por el balcón.
te robó el
Pero
corazón,
yo soy el ladrón, el ladrón, el ladrón de tu amor.
te robó el corazón,
Me voy contigo y Leonela de vacilón.
te robó el corazón. Soy el ladrón de tu amor, quien te robó el corazón.
Sí.
Yes, that was Conjunto Cristal, one of the great classics of salsa romántica, and their version of Ladrón de tu Amor. And hopefully you guys enjoyed that version. Obviously different from the Luis Ramirez and Rey de la Paz version that put it on the map. But shout out also to my Champagne sister, Renata Falkowska. In the house, we got Paula Mara also. And Salsa Jim finally has his audio going. So tell me something. What's up, Jim?
Hey, good morning. First, to you as well, Hung, and to everyone. Thank you very much for having me.
That's right. This is Salsasia Volume 1.
That
This is actually the second time that the two of us have done like a two-person set, I believe. But
yeah, it is. So it's morning. I was just trying to get myself together here. I came back late from a dinner last night and had a couple drinks, and headache was there. Hangover. But I'm all well. I'm good. How are you doing? You sound a little bit sick.
yeah, I have a little bit of sniffles. I've been doing a lot of running outside in the cold weather here. Yesterday was very warm, actually. It was almost like 15 degrees Celsius. So it was a pretty nice warm day, and maybe I didn't wear enough clothes or something. But yeah, I think I'm all right, though. We'll get through it.
That's good. That's good. Talking about running and exercise, you know, you ran a marathon or two, right? Could you talk a little bit about that?
Wait, sorry, say that one more time.
talking about the running and exercising, you used to run marathons, right?
Oh yeah. So I used to run at least one full marathon per year. I've run 15 marathons total. My
Holy
last
cow.
one, my last one was last year in Chicago. I ran the Chicago marathon actually, and I was planning on running the Los Angeles marathon, but that was in March, right around when the COVID epidemic really started to spread. And then I kind of stopped running during the summer. It was so hot, and then, I kind of was just kind of not feeling good about it. But I'm trying to get back into it. So hopefully next year I'll be able to run a marathon again.
Yeah, you are the inspiration that I am after in terms of starting to run. But yeah, every time I see your post about get ready for the marathon, and I say, wow. I have never ran a marathon in my life, and I'm not too sure why. Not that I'm not capable. It just, I
think
guess.
you're getting up to that distance. So
Yeah, but I guess it's just more so of a personal a thing in terms of wanting to show to myself that I'm able to run. But maybe one of this day I sign myself up and see how
Absolutely.
terrible I do.
I'm sure, like, with the amount of preparation like you did for your French exam, if you put that same amount of preparation into your running, I mean, you're already doing the time and the distance. So you just have to pick a race and do it. Maybe you can pick a race here in the United States and come and run here or something like
My
that.
God, that will be something. That's for sure on the list to do.
Yeah.
So
Why don't we get back to some music? You got something for us?
yes, I do have something for us actually, and I'm going to introduce this brand new track that just released actually on the 10th by DJ Alexio and Nestor Pacheco rather, and the track is called Rumbero Ya Lego. And I'm not too sure how many of you guys have downloaded and listened to it, but I thought it's a very neat track, and I'd like to share that with you guys.
Rumbero ya llegó, la salsa la mata. Rumbero ya
hope you guys enjoyed that first track that I'm introduced to you guys.
That's a nice track. I gotta get it.
Yep, it's available right now on iTunes, and I just grab it. And you know, like as DJs, we want to support the artist, and as well as passing on to new music to our listeners, so that they are aware of what kind of music is available. And I think it's important to support the artists in order for them to continue producing. So
For sure, especially the new artists like who are or the ones who are still recording, still out there, still alive. I mean, it's
that is
it's
for
crazy
sure.
how many artists we've lost during COVID. So the ones who are still recording, especially during this time where it's hard to record and release new music, please support artists and support artists who haven't put out music too by buying their old music, so
Yeah.
that they can earn the funds to someday go back in the studio
Yeah.
and
And
record something.
you know, like it was great that we had a conversation with the new swing sex that the other day, and how Andrew was explaining the you know, some of the contract rules that they had back then. And honestly, I feel terrible because you know, this guy's working so hard, yet all the distributor, all the I guess the right holder are the ones who getting all the share, the lion's share. And I think it's unfair. It's very unfair because they are the you know, the workers of producing, generating songs, yet they getting very little in return. And
If you think about it, like when these guys who played for Fania or for actually the other labels that Fania bought, like Kotik, like these guys were teenagers,
Oh
like
my
high school
God.
students.
Yeah.
They wouldn't read a contract. I didn't read a contract when I was in high school, or like all the legalese, so they didn't know what they were signing up for, and so ultimately a lot of them lost out on money, which is a real shame, as you say.
Yeah, it is. Well, so
You got
let's
another
talk
track?
back to. Sorry, go on.
So you got another track lined up?
I do have another track, but I thought maybe sure. Let's play the next track, and then we chat up, catch up a little bit more in terms of how you get into running.
Yeah, sounds
and
good.
that sort of things. So this next track here. And as you guys know, like I do also supporting, I guess, proper reissue companies that does that. And if you've been listening to my shows and sets, I'm a big fan of Van Beast Soul. They are actually reviving a lot of records from Colombia, but this one in particular, at Los Destellos. Um, it's a great band, and as I say, I share a couple tracks already, but this one here on the second LP, I haven't played yet, but it's a beautiful track, and it's called La Ranita. And there you have it. It's a nice, interesting track with guitar. Has a little bit of more cumbia, and as you guys know, it's a group that is heavily in cumbia kind of music. But thought I'd share that with you.
Yes, I love Los Deseos from Peru. The great Enrique Delgado, the guitar leader of that group. Play a lot of nice stuff. All right.
So I want to say hello to Yeva, who is tuning in. Yeva and Renata, the Champagne sisters. I guess they made a name for themselves, eh? But lovely ladies who always join in, I guess, with after parties or either joining in with other DJs to do a tandem set. So kudos to you, ladies.
Yeah, I'm actually very excited to announce their upcoming collaboration. Yeva is hosting a music and cooking show, so she'll be playing, and of course Renata will be there baking her desserts, I believe. And then they, as their special guest, they'll have Davide Mantellini, of course, from Italia, El DJ X. So it'll be two chefs and two DJs.
Wow,
Although
this is something.
yeah, it'll be a special show. So that's coming up a week from this Sunday, I think.
Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah. Talking about new music, I wanted to actually make a mention earlier, and it slipped my mind. And I don't think this has been announced yet, but DJ El Chino has something put together, a compilation of maybe available for about 150 records or so. But anyway, he is reaching out and going to be distributing that shortly. But a heads up to other listeners, if you are wanting a copy of a compilation of music that is put together by DJ El Chino, reached out to him. I will post up after the show of the cover art and as well as the tracks on that. But anyway, he reached out and thought I mentioned it to you. I think it's a great initiative. The compilation is mostly all the new musics that has been generated, over a couple of years. But he is able to put that over onto a record. So very happy to hear that.
That's right. DJ El Chino from Colombia, of course, and responsible for teaching so many DJs worldwide about new music, as well as old. He also has some great classic salsa and obscure salsa compilations. So shout out to our friend DJ Chino. Looking forward to his new records and compilations coming out very soon. Speaking of Colombia, I think I'm going to play some Colombian salsa for everybody. So to continue with the guitar theme, this is one of my favorite Colombian salsa groups. This is Julian y su combo from the album Y Tiene Huevo, which means it's got eggs, or something else round, if you can imagine what that means. And this is a celebration of being from Colombia. This is Soy Porteño. Here we go.
Soy porteño, yo soy porteño, yo vine pa' la ciudad en busca de un nuevo ambiente y encontré que mi cantar le gustó mucho a la gente. Soy porteño, yo soy porteño, mi amor es Buenaventura. Linda isla el Cascajal. Te recuerdo donde estoy y añoro allí regresar. Soy porteño, yo soy porteño, bello mi puerto del mar, ay, 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 mi peregollo. Yo soy porteño de alma, de sangre y de corazón.
A todos los colombianos. ¡Viva Colombia!
Soy porteño, porteño de corazón.
Soy porteño, yo soy porteño de corazón.
Soy porteño, porteño de corazón.
Cuando me cantan un guaguanco, yo contesto con un rico currulao.
Soy porteño, porteño de corazón.
Ay que soba y soba, ay que soba y soba, ay que soba y soba, ay que soba y soba.
Soy porteño, porteño de corazón.
Ay soy porteño, yo soy porteño de corazón.
Soy porteño, porteño de corazón.
Con mi pantalón planchao le bailo.
Yeah, that Julian y su combo has such a fun sound. They're very heavily influenced by Boogaloo. And so I love dropping their tracks. And that was Soy Porteño, which again, yeah, like Hefferson said, is for the Pacific coast of Colombia.
That's awesome, bro. I actually have a Julian Isu combo from Vampiso that I like to share shortly later.
Yeah, absolutely. And if it's the one that I'm thinking about, that is a masterpiece of Colombian salsa.
Yeah.
So I am going to play one more Colombian salsa. This is Integración Porteña, speaking of porteños. And I'm going to play the tune called Inspirando Estoy. Here we go.
Cantarle quiero a los pueblos de mi querida Colombia. Para que todos bailen este rico guaguancó.
This is the name check to all the cities in Colombia that have contributed this great music. Salsa.
Pa' los llanos orientales, inspirando estoy. Con su oropo, dale que dale, inspirando estoy. Oye, yo me quedo en Cali, inspirando estoy. Sus mujeres son muy lindas, inspirando. Esa es la sultana del valle, inspirando estoy. Palmira, Santa Marta y Bogotá, inspirando estoy. Con Pasto, no se me queden atrás, inspirando estoy. En Chocó y Tumaco yo quiero bailar, inspirando estoy. Para toda Colombia de corazón, inspirando estoy.
Yes, that is Integración Porteña, also from Colombia, with Inspirando Estoy. And what I love about that is dedicated to all the cities in Colombia. Medellin, we got Bogotá, Buenaventura, Porteño. They're all called out in this song. It's really cool. And as we welcome Harvey Palma Aramburo, también desde Colombia. Gracias por estar en sintonía, bro. And yeah, that's a Colombian name check. So anytime you want to get the Colombians on the dance floor, Jim, you got to play that song. That's the one that gets them.
That's definitely it is, and like love Colombian music myself, if I have to say so. Always heavy hitting. Some of those brass section there, it just hard hitting kind of. All right, shall we say hello to a few more folks here? Of course, Harvey already been mentioned by Hung there. We got Jefferson in the house, and of course Rumbera, and we got Joe Anderson as always for his support. We also got Sean, Mambo Soul, DJ Mambo.
Soul.
Yep, and we also got Camille Pig. Thank you for checking in and tuning in, and we also got Elise as well, Paula Mara. So let's continue with our conversation earlier that we had about running. How did you get into running?
I've been running since about high school, but off and on. I had a love-hate relationship because I had a bad knee actually. So I would like start running really hard, and then I would have a knee injury, and then that would set me back for months. And I actually had a tear in my knee of the ligaments, and that was from a martial arts accident. And and I put off surgery for years, and then finally I got surgery, and I'm so glad that I did, because after that I was able to train for my first marathon and run. Yeah, that like I think for me running is that type. I'm not really a gym guy, not a salsa gym guy, but working out at the gym. Like weightlifting is kind of not my thing. I don't like machines. But running outside, I love to see all the places, that you can go, the landscape, whether it's in the city or the country. I actually prefer running in the city, believe it or not, as dangerous as it can be. Yeah, I love seeing cities when I run.
But don't you hate the smell of the exhaust pipes?
That does kind of suck. But I do like seeing the streets, the people, even though it's annoying to like avoid the people. It's also fun. It's like a video game, right? It's like an obstacle course. Where do you like to run?
Yeah. Wow, that quite a story. I did not know about that tear ligament there or tear knee there that you had, but glad that you got it fixed. So back to running, and then did the marathon. Was that to prove that you were able to do it, or?
Oh yeah, for sure. It was a mental, just like thing, and I picked one of the hardest marathons to run for my first marathon. Wow. It's the marathon at Lake Tahoe. Which is beautiful place in California, but it's in the mountains. So
lots of hills, eh?
lots of hills and also less oxygen, right? It's hard to
Yes,
breathe
yes,
up
it's
there.
high,
And so
high altitude, right?
I tried running at Tahoe like a couple weeks before the marathon, and I was just exhausted. I was like, "Oh, this is so hard," and so I was like, "This is stupid. Why did I pick this marathon?" I managed to get through it, but it was very 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 hard. I was one
Kudos
of
to
the
you.
and it's a small marathon, so only like the most crazy runners run it, and there's me who was like probably one of the slowest people running the marathon, but I got
But
through it.
yeah, but running marathons and all of that stuff, and just like everything else, it's really it's a race to your own, to yourself. It's a
That's right.
personal race, right? It's not there to race with other people. I mean, like it's for personal achievement, a goal. So kudos to you to have participated in that difficult marathon and running
Thanks,
through
bro.
it.
I know you're into biking, like cycling, mountain biking,
Generally,
and
I'm a sport guy.
Mhm.
I play a lot of sports, believe it or not. But,
hockey.
hockey.
We saw that picture the other day.
Yeah.
That was very
But
cool.
my favorite sport, of course, is hockey, and I may have shared the story already. But when I first arrived in Canada at the age of 8, 7, and my first sight of a rollerblade skate, right, a hockey skate, was, thinking that a knife being attached under a pair of shoes. And I asked my dad, "What the hell is that? Why people walking around with a knife under their shoes?" And little did I know that that's where the skates that you use to go skating on
Mhm.
ice, and people play hockey with it, right? So that got my curiosity, and of course I went to Canadian Tire, which is a very popular store, grand store in Canada, for all kind of general sports equipment, and I went and picked up a pair, and believe it or not, but I learned how to skate all on my own. Likewise, playing hockey, because my parents were, I guess, first generation immigrants, arrive in Canada, don't have the money to put me in school, hockey school, or training camp or that sort. So I was like out in the cold, play pond hockey, and that's a very popular thing in Canada because everything freezes in Canada, including hell. But that's how I get into it. But yeah, I just love sport. I mean, but believe it or not, but the highest sports that I personally achieved, was baseball. I actually got invited to one of those tryout camps by Major League Baseball, the Indians,
What?
actually.
No kidding.
Nope, and that was my only achievement. I played competitive. I was second
Wow.
base, and I played
You could have
competitive.
been a pro baseball player.
I could have, but I'm too
I
short.
would have seen you on
Too
TV.
short. So their excuse was, yeah,
You are too short for baseball,
I am
probably.
too short, and like for all this high performance sport, they need heights and size, right? And that's including hockey. I was too short. My
Amazing.
running, yeah, despite my size, my running was above average for my height. And they say, they're good, but the problem was, I'm too short, and I would put in quite an effort to stay on par. That's including at bat, as well as like running and that kind of things. So after that, I say, all right, the hell with it. But now just playing for fun, believe it or not, that. But yeah, I play golf. I do cycling. Cycling is what I really love these days because it's actually great. Hop on the bike and you can go for distance and whatnot. So I love that.
It's amazing. So yeah, new respect for you. I mean, I already had respect, but even more hearing that you almost made it to the major leagues of baseball. So wow,
Maybe
super
for their
cool.
junior teams, but that was about it. Yeah, generally, I always have this belief that the two most important things in life is health and education. You have to put effort into learning things, and you can't
That's right.
stop learning.
Train
And
your
like
brain,
health, yeah,
train your body.
health, you have to train and maintain that kind of thing. So that's what it is. And I encourage everybody, all our listeners, just get into it. You don't have to go and be a marathon runner, but just start. Just go out and walk and hike and do stuff outdoor.
Especially now during this time
Yeah.
where we are going out less, we're not traveling as much.
Yeah.
We have more time to exercise. So
The human behavior is that we tend to get into like terrible lazy mode, and this type of environment will make us do that. So we have to get out of that, and then go do all of the activities, physical activities to help with your health.
Yep.
All right.
All right. I see a lot of people are talking about dancing, so I think that's our cue for Jim to light up the dance floor with your next couple tracks. So what do you
That's
got?
right. This next track that I'm sharing with you, it's called it's a guajira, and it's called Guajira de Amor, and it's by Sonara Casino.
Linda guajira, guajira del amor. Ahí nada más. Ahí nada más. Guajira, hey, linda muchacha guajira del amor. Guajira, hey, linda muchacha guajira del amor. Amor con amor se ama, corazón con corazón. Amor con amor se ama, corazón con corazón. Mi guajira del amor, yo te canto con el alma guajira. Guajira, hey, linda muchacha guajira del amor. Guajira, hey, linda muchacha guajira del amor. Mi linda guajira mía, yo te adoro de verdad. Mi linda guajira mía, yo te adoro de verdad. Tú siempre serás mi amor, en la tierra o en el cielo, guajira. Ahí nada más. Guajira. Ahí nomás. guajira, hey, linda guajira, del amor, linda guajira, hey, hey, linda guajira,
del amor, linda guajira, hey, linda guajira, del amor, linda guajira, hey, hey, linda guajira, del amor, linda guajira, hey, linda guajira, del amor, linda guajira, hey, hey, linda guajira.
And there you have it. Beautiful track, Guajira, and transitioning into a little bit salsa right there at the end of the track there. But great track to jam on the dance floor, to groove to, definite for sure. Jill, your story just reminds me of an episode in Friends. Have you seen an episode where Phoebe tried to go running with Monica and the way she runs? And your description is just like my image of that when Phoebe is running with Monica on the show Friends, and it's just hilarious. So thank you for sharing that. All right, next up, I am going to share with you this next track here, and this one is from Mr. Frankie Dante, and the track is called Mambo Jumbo. Oh, beautiful.
Cuando tú me hablas, siempre hablando mambo jumbo, nunca se te entiende lo que sale es mambo jumbo. Lo que sale es mambo jumbo. Cuando tú me hablas, lo que oigo es mambo jumbo, nunca se te entiende. Lo que sale es mambo jumbo. Echa pa' allá, China, déjame vivir en paz.
Hablando mambo jumbo,
Ay, qué tontería.
hablando mambo
Te digo
jumbo,
yo la verdad.
hablando mambo jumbo,
Ay, qué bobería.
hablando
Lo que
mambo
digo
jumbo,
yo es la verdad.
hablando
Yo
mambo
nunca
jumbo,
te entiendo nada.
hablando mambo jumbo,
Echa pa' allá, mi negra.
hablando
Yo
mambo
quiero
jumbo,
vivir en paz.
hablando mambo jumbo.
El barrigón de las teclas, Charlie Palmieri.
Mumbo Jumbo. That is no mumbo jumbo right there. That's a beautiful, damn hot, killing track. That's the one that you could sweat all night on the dance floor. Wow. Frankie
Yeah.
Dante.
Great singing by Frankie Dante. You got that conga solo there.
Yeah.
You were jamming out. And, of course, Charlie Palmieri on the piano. Wow, what a
Yeah.
killer lineup.
It was. Oh, love it. Love it. So, you want to talk a little bit about food?
Maybe, how about a bit? And so one thing that Jim and I have really bonded on is on the topic of food. We're both Asians, and so that's actually the fun part of this collaboration is like there's more salsa DJs than you would think that are from Asia, but in North America, there's as far as I can count, maybe only a handful. Jim and I are among that handful. Like, who else? Do you know anyone else in Canada, like who's an Asian salsa DJ?
Not the one who would collect record crazy enough, at least anyway, crazy enough to collect records like we do.
Yeah,
But there are some locals one.
a couple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like in the United States, maybe a couple bachata DJs I've seen, definitely Asian
Right.
bachata DJs, but like I know I show up at some of these collector events. I'm definitely the only Asian person there, so they're like, "What's up with this guy?" And usually, as soon as I play music, they're like, "Okay, he's cool,"
Yeah.
but there is a lot of confusion. But I think on the food topic, first of all, I love Vietnamese food, and Jim being Vietnamese, I always got to share my Vietnamese food pics with him.
And
so
he does it at the worst time of the day, at the time when I'm so craving for food and so hungry, and he's flashing all of these Vietnamese dishes that he's having. I said, "Geez, hung." Be
yeah,
nice.
and for those of you who are not familiar with Vietnamese food, first of all, it's amazing. It's one of my favorite cuisines in the world, without a doubt. I could eat Vietnamese food, I think, every day for the rest of my life, and I think I'd be okay for the most part. It's delicious. It's got, obviously it's from Asia, so it has its Asian side. But
Flavors, right?
then because of the French colonization
Yeah.
of Vietnam, you have this interesting fusion, and things like bread come into the
Banh mi.
into the
Banh
meal,
mi.
right? Banh mi is amazing. So
Yeah.
if you haven't checked it out, try it. I think what I'll do is I'll dig out some pictures. And then we can show people, introduce some people to the Vietnamese food that they've been
Yeah.
missing out their whole
It
life.
is kind of funny, but I create an Instagram account just to share food photos because I'm fanatic with food and I love food, and that's something that I'm very glad and grateful for. In that I don't have any allergies or any kind of reservation in terms of what I cannot eat. So I'm just willing to try anything, well, to a limit, all right. But it's just phenomenal that we'll be able to have that ability and try. And I mean, like Vietnamese food for me, it's one of the things that I do enjoy for sure. But I'm going to show you a secret. The Vietnamese food that I cook back home might not necessarily as flavory as the one that is being done in North America. And
okay.
people say, well, how come is that? Well, it's all about availability of ingredients. And,
Yeah.
And the meat portion in particular, because meat portion in Vietnam it's very conservative. It's not as generous as over here.
Right.
So you
like
go over there, you may have only
meat.
one strip of meat, right?
Yeah.
But and because of that, having consumed a lot of Vietnamese food in North America, you go back home, it's not quite the same. So do note that yourself when you go to Vietnam, visit Vietnam, and you try the food, and you don't have that exact.
Yeah.
kind
I know
of
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like
Especially
same thing with
for
Korean
in
food.
particular. Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah. Well, Korean food has changed in
Right.
even just like the last couple generations. I mean, you think back to around the Korean War in 1950. Korea was a relatively poor country, and the war just made it more poor.
Right.
And so like my parents grew up at a time where like meat was very hard to get. It was a special treat. And now what do you think about when you go to Korean restaurant, Korean barbecue, right? Everyone thinks like we eat like that all day. I mean,
Not
that
quite
that that is was certainly was not the case in my parents' generation.
Yeah.
But in the United States, of course, so much meat, and even back in Korea, once Korea became a prosperous country, then the meat consumption went up dramatically, and also things like heart attacks and strokes went up dramatically as well because of like more consumption of meat. It's very interesting.
So on the Vietnamese food, I shared something here. You know, because it's in a tropical. I mean, it's a country in the tropical, that's on very hot climate. So generally, the food consumption over there is it's all about fluids. You have to have a lot of fluids in your system in order to carry you through the day, right?
But I have replenish your electrolytes
Yeah.
because you're sweating.
So we have so many types of soup. I mean, pho.
Mm.
It's
Pho.
the one that you eat, consume as a meal in itself. But we generally have soup that you can add onto your rice to make it, like I don't know,
Yeah,
soupy.
like a rice
right?
soup. Yeah.
Some kind of be it pork soup with lettuce, and then you add that onto yes bowl of rice. But
Mm.
the genesis of that is that they want to consume water, they want to consume fluid, they want to intake the fluid in their system. So I was talking to my wife the other day that we have a lot of soup in Vietnam. Come to think about it, we got all kind of soup: fish soup, chicken soup, all kind of soup, right? But it's just generally the way it is, and it's also because it's such a hot country. We eat a lot of fresh vegetables, like the noodles, for example.
That's the great thing
vermicellis.
about Vietnamese cuisine. Like you go to you get one of these soups and it always comes with a huge plate of vegetables, fresh
Yeah.
cabbage, bean sprouts, all sorts of leaves. I don't even know the names of all
They
the
are
leaves.
mints. They call it mints. They're the type of mints, and there are 7 type of mints that we use consume regularly. And next time you have it, just try to have a smell of it. It's just
Yes.
phenomenal. This mint.
Amazing. So fragrant. I'm getting
I'm
so
hungry
hungry. You're killing me. All right, I'm gonna distract us and everybody with the music. We're gonna
Right.
get back to the music. This is from Fonseca Records, the New Breed Orchestra, and I'm gonna play a track called Quinto Bongo. Please enjoy.
Allá va. Oye mi quinto bongo, qué lindo suena. Oye mi quinto bongo, qué lindo suena. Son los muchachos que están tocando un bonito guaguanco.
Y Zafiro in the house.
Muchachos que están tocando un bonito guaguanco. Está Jimmy en el timbal, Willy en el bongo y Frankie tocando el quinto. Está Jimmy en el timbal, Willy en el bongo y Frankie tocando el quinto. El quinto que toca Frankie no tiene comparación, ya nadie puede igualarlo cuando esté en el vacilón. Él siempre quema los cueros, para los pollos primero, repica Frankie tu quinto. Ah, la, la, la. Oye mi quinto bongo, que vengan todos los rumberos. Oye mi quinto bongo, que vengan a sonar los cueros. Oye mi quinto bongo, pero qué rico suena el tambor. Oye mi quinto bongo, 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 bongo. que guau. Pero te fías que guau. Oye mi quinto bongo, oye mi quinto bongo, oye mi quinto bongo, come cuero, come cuero. Oye mi quinto bongo, oye mi quinto bongo, oye mi quinto bongo. Oye mi quinto bongo, oye mi quinto bongo. Oye mi quinto bongo, que vengan todos los rumberos. Oye mi quinto bongo, que vengan a sonar los cueros.
All right, Quinto Bongo from La New Breed Orchestra on Fonseca Records. Okay, we continue with another classic on Alegre Records. This is Ricardo Ray, Richie Ray, as we know him. His first recording on Alegre. Before that, I think they were on Fonseca. And this record is famous for a bunch of songs, including one called Guaguanco in Jazz. But I'm going to play one that I really like called El Señor Embajador. Please enjoy.
Soy el bravo que le trae el ritmo de este merenco. Voy por todo el mundo, llevándole alegría y sabrosura a todo. Ya las muchachitas me hacen rueda siempre que me ven llegar. Y digo yo soy el bravo, soy el señor embajador para bailar y para gozar con este ritmo de un merenco. A la lele, a la lo lo lo, a la lele le, a lo lo la 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 la.
Yes,
Oof.
a nice guaguanco by Mr. Ricardo Rey, singing Chivirico Davila. Thank you, Jose Montes, for sharing that, and El Señor Embajador. One of those great swinging tracks. It just swings, right? It's got horns, it's got campana, great vocals by Chivirico, a lot to like in it.
Yeah, this album as well as the other one, the Three Dimensions one, are my
Oh,
two
yeah,
favorites.
Three Dimensions, amazing.
Yeah, two of the
Um,
favorite album from Richie Ray for me. That's yes. Oh,
Yeah, I want to give a few more shout outs. Saludos a Ray Paz y a DJ Zafiro José Montes en la casa. Gracias por estar en sintonía, bro. Y también a Ana Resendiz de México, México en la casa. Here we continue on with more conversation and more music with DJ Hong desde Philadelphia y DJ Salsa Jim, DJ Devo desde Canadá. We are the two of the co-founders of CoBeatParty, and it's always fun. I think we've mentioned this before. We have never met in person, but we met on Facebook years ago, talking about records back and forth, and gradually earning respect for one another, and then ending up, as good friends through CoBeatParty. So we are very excited.
definitely, yeah. Definitely.
When we get that chance to meet each other, it's going to be a great party. We're going to eat so much.
I have the perfect food prepared for you.
Oh.
I know you like hot pot, Vietnamese hot pot,
Oh, yes.
and it's gonna be full of seafood hot pot.
Yes. Perfect. Oh, I'm
Actually-
so hungry right now.
Yeah, talking about Vietnamese food, I would like to share with you guys one very simple recipe, and it's actually amazing. So there, it's called the beef salad, the Vietnamese beef salad. So it's very simple to do. If you sliced out either steak, a beef from steak, and you marinate it with soy sauce, with some onion and garlic, and just stir fry that. Okay, so that's the beef portion. But for the salad portion, get a clove of lettuce. Wash each leaves individually, and spread them around a plate. All right, and slice some cucumber, and again just dress it around the plate, and thin slice the red onions. All right, you do that and spread around the plate, as well as add some cilantro or cilantro, whatever, cilantro. You know what I'm talking about. That the word just escaped my mind. But anyway, spread all of that on the plate, and then you pour the stir beef on top of it, and voila, that is called the Vietnamese beef salad. And that's my dad made that, and I learned it from him, and it's just phenomenal. Try that one of these days.
Because a picture is worth 1,000 words,
You're gonna
you're going to
share a
show
picture?
people what you're talking about.
Okay.
Something like this.
Yes, and
Right.
that is one of them. But the one that the homemade version, it's very simple. But it's something similar like this, but it just salads and beef, voila. That's
Oh
that's
my
a
God.
perfect meal.
I'm staring at this. It's got all the herbs and
Yeah.
it's got nuts. It's got lime, the acidity, the beef, all and it's so fresh because of all the vegetables. Oh, my mouth is watering.
Okay, get rid of
I'm
that.
drooling.
Get rid of that
I'm
picture
drooling.
there.
Oh man.
All right.
All right, why don't you play some music, bro?
Yes, I do. So I mentioned earlier that I'm going to share with you this album from Julian Isukambo. This album, the very hard-hitting album by Julian Isukambo. But one thing I do want to mention, though, this is a repress or as a reissue by Vampy Soul. If you guys don't already pick up copies produced by Vampy Soul, go and get it, because to me, first of all, they're legit. Secondly, what they produce sound often much better than the original. And this one here particularly is that I don't have the original, but I take the words from DJ Chris Weiss, which is my local DJ who who is very much into sound quality. I can term him as an audiophile, but he be able to test and compare the sound from the original record and the one that has been reissued by Van Biso, and he attested that the sound from this reissue is much better than the original record. So you could see that when Van Biso get the original tape and they, I guess, remaster it in the digital format, and to make it somewhat much better than it is. So here you go.
Y ahora, para la gente sabrosa, está aquí con ustedes Julián y su combo. ¡Cuidado con la guitarra! ¡Cuidado con la guitarra! Caleñas son como las flores que vestidas van de 1000 colores. Ellas nunca entregan sus amores si no están correspondidas. Caminando van por las aceras, balanceando su frágil cintura, van moviendo sus caderas como los cañaverales. Las caleñas son, qué bonitas son, como las flores. Las sencillas son, de 1000 colores, qué ricas son, como las flores. Las sardinas son, de 1000 colores, qué tan bonitas son, como las flores. Qué hermosas son, de 1000 colores. Por eso es que aquí, como las flores, dan felicidad, de 1000 colores. Cuando en la feria están, como las flores. Oye, qué bonitas son, de 1000 colores. Qué sabrosas son, como las flores. Qué bonitas son, de 1000 colores. Las caleñas son como las flores, qué bonitas son, de 1000 colores. Las sardinas son como las flores, mira qué ricas son, de 1000 colores. Como las flores, 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 de 1000 colores. Las caleñas son como las flores, qué bonitas van, de 1000 colores. Oye, qué ricas son, como las flores. Tan sabrositas son, de 1000 colores.
Oh, what a track! But yes, hope you guys enjoyed that. And of course, that was from Van Biso reissue. And I've been wanting that album for the longest time. I have the other one of his. I mean, there are many of his, but I have the other popular one. I've been waiting for this one for the original. But after I heard what DJ Chris Feist said about the reissue by Van Biso, I jump on it. And grab it. It's 20 euros. And but you know, music is fantastic and it just sounds phenomenal, and I loved it. And you know, like I have another, I would say a number of Van Biso reissues of all the popular albums from South America. But just great. If you guys don't have it, go grab it to all the DJs and listeners from that too. So hello to Laila. No, we didn't finish talking about food. In fact, I just gave a recipe of a Vietnamese beef salad, a very simple beef salad that you could make at home with a clove of lettuce and some onions and whatnot. But anyway, it's just delicious, great for lunch, especially during lunch, or dinner too, for those who don't want to have a very heavy dinner. All right. So next track here, it's also from the Vampiso. Yeah, I think I'm supporting Vampiso quite a bit, but no, it just great value. It's excellent albums, excellent music, and it's one of the companies that is legitimately reissue albums. So why not? So this one is by the Los Revolucioneros. And the track is called Salsa de Monte Adentro.
Sabor. Esta noche yo traigo la salsa de monte adentro. Esta noche yo traigo la salsa de monte adentro. Pa' que goce Pantaleón con Juanita y Heriberto. Esta noche yo te traigo la salsa de monte adentro. Esta noche yo traigo la salsa de monte adentro. Esta noche yo traigo la salsa de monte adentro. Este grupo se formó para acabar con el cuento. Pónganse en algo, señores, con la salsa de monte adentro. Esta noche yo traigo la salsa de monte adentro. Esta noche yo traigo la salsa de monte adentro. Juega Samuel. Ataca. Esta noche yo traigo la salsa de monte adentro. Esta noche yo traigo la salsa. Goza mi salsa, mona salsa. Esta noche yo traigo la salsa. Oye mamá, oye papá, la salsa. Esta noche yo traigo la salsa. Esta noche yo traigo.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that. I am just going to share you guys the picture of the recipe that I was sharing to her. Yeah, I to be honest, I don't know exact name in Vietnamese, but bò tai, rau bò tai, something like that. It's one of the terms. But I'm going to just share it with you shortly. In the meanwhile, oh my God, you guys are making me hungry just to think about it. But yeah, so all right, Hung, over to you. What would you like to talk about?
All right. While you're getting that ready, I'm going to put on a song by Mr. Johnny Arce with the orchestra of Coco Lagos. So this is from Peru. And this is a tune called Riete Ahora. Laugh now, if you will. Here we go.
Que ahora tienen será dolor.
That was kind of like, for me, a guaguanco infused cumbia by Johnny Arce con la Orquesta de Coco Lagos from Peru. And we will go back to Colombia with Mr. Joe Madrid. And this record had the great Willie Salcedo playing conga on it. And it's got a lot of great tracks. The album is called Pasadísimo, and the track I'm going to play is called Bala de Cañón. Here we go.
Oye, mami, de cañón, te dice el tiri. sencillo, no tiene complicación. El de la rumba soy yo.
Bala de cañón.
Con el ritmo que yo traigo de mi guaguanco, óyelo sonar, caballero, mi rumbón.
Bala de cañón.
El de la rumba soy yo.
Bala de cañón.
Con el ritmo que yo traigo de mi guaguanco, óyelo sonar, caballero, que rumbón.
Bala de cañón.
El de la rumba soy yo.
Bala de cañón.
Te lo digo y te repito que soy yo.
Bala de cañón.
Yo soy el que traigo el rico sabor.
Bala de cañón.
Cañón, cañón, caballero.
Bala de cañón.
Bala, 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 bala de cañón.
Bala de cañón.
Pa' que baile con el corazón, mamá.
Bala de cañón.
Yo te lo digo sabroso el cañón.
Bala de cañón.
Plum, cataplum, cataplum, oh, cañón.
Bala de cañón.
Oye, qué rico el cañón.
Bala de cañón.
Báilalo, báilalo, báilalo con el corazón.
Bala de cañón.
Y que diga Enricato que es un cañón.
Bala de cañón.
Oye, mami, volvió la caballería, pa'lante y pa'lante, ay. Te lo dice el nieto de la niña Julia, Chas. Agita. Zum. Y llegó quien te dije, de Cartagena para el mundo, yo en Madrid. Ay, con ternura, corazón. Ese muchacho está de cañón a toda hora. De cañón. Oye, como dice yo en Madrid, te pongo...
All right, that was Joe Madrid from Colombia with El Bala de Cañón, with Willie
Yep.
Salcedo playing the conga on that. Nice track.
Believe it or not, but my favorite artist from Colombia. I got all of his 3 albums. Great artist. Every music, every track on the 3 albums that he generated is just amazing.
For sure. All right, Jim, we got 15 minutes left. Want to play
One
a
each?
couple? One each? All right, sure.
Yeah.
Let's trade off.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. So, yeah, I should end this food talking here because it's making us hungry. But I just shared you guys the picture earlier. Yes, that is what I was referring to, the beef salad. In Vietnamese, I mean, there's a couple of variation to name it, but the genesis is just, salads and beef. Anyway, very simple to make, and it's one of the best one to have during a hot lunch day. All right, this next track that I'm sharing with you guys, it's actually from this great album that I have played for you previously. It's from Ganas Pedro, and the track, I don't want to pronounce that, but Hung will put that up there. It's a nice African South, not South, but African.
Kakpo, jinu kusi pokupo, me do la malota, e wezon e sogon miji, nou to de men anyobon, to vi we non blotodo, ali lele mi vekbon, to vi jeno debi wi, simbo dagbe la, to vi jeno babi wi, monto vekwen la. To be general hobby we better ni no menanyo e general le mambo no do asona bonu better e general le bobby we better be adigbedo to begle gbenyo we we so e wezon e sogbon miji we jijoko we dida beto jeno bobi wi nyande akoba je kona kame je we nyalo no yi me we kayi me wole gata e khaye we jobe goro nyalo wa i motoga e keje we tombo wado de manwe we nyalo ni me ve menu we nyakoba better be adigbedo to better gbenyo we we so
beautiful track. And yep, that was something. I hope you guys enjoyed that.
Great singer, and who later on was part of the Africando project, if I am correct, I think.
Yeah, I think so. You're onto something there as well. So I cannot believe the 2 hours just gone and just flew by.
In a flash. We need to do 3 or 4 hours next time.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll share more recipes, like
Yes,
food
like
and exercise.
Yeah.
Those will be like the 2 recurring topics on our show. All right, I'm gonna play something then as my last track, and then Jim, I think you'll wrap it up. This is Orquesta Monte Adentro from Colombia, and the track is called Volvere, a little more on the romantic side, but still has some golpe.
Necesito saber cuál es la causa de tu abandono. Necesito saber cuál es la causa de tu desdén. Dímelo tú, mamita linda, dímelo tú. ¿Por qué razón este amor me das olvido? Y aunque tú no me quieras, cuando pasen los años, volveré, volveré. Y aunque tú no me quieras, cuando pasen los años, volveré, volveré. Tu recuerdo vive en mi mente y no me das tu cariño. Tu recuerdo vive en mi mente y no me das tu cariño. Tu recuerdo vive en mi mente y no me das tu cariño. Nadie sabe cómo sufro yo. El día que tú te fuiste todo se oscureció. Tu recuerdo vive en mi mente y no me das tu cariño. Calla, calla, corazón, no llores. Olvida un poco tu pena y tus dolores. Tu recuerdo vive en mi mente y no me das tu cariño. Que yo no quiero martirio, nena, porque seguir en esta cual condena.
cualquier lugar donde te encuentres, que desde aquella noche en que te fuiste, la tristeza se anidó en mi corazón. Ya no hay luz, ya no hay amor, solo lluvia y desolación. Regresa pronto, que no aguanto más este dolor.
All right, that was Orquesta Monte Adentro and the song Volveré, nice chill song with a little samba breakdown. And Jim, I think the last one's to you. How are you going to close out this set?
Oh boy, I was struggling with finding the right one to attack along with your great track right there. But I thought maybe closing this set with this digital tracks by La Excelencia, and of course you guys know me. I'm a big fan of their music. It's just hard hitting kind of music, and I've been pushing Julian Silva to release some of these albums on records rather. So this track is called Anya Pami Tambor. All right, let me try that again.
Oh Señor, todos los días te damos gracias por el tambor, por nuestro talento, por tu bendición. Ahora te alabamos con el tambor. Lava las manos, prepara el tambor, que los cueros van a sonar. Tendremos una rumba, el poderoso nos ayudará. Aña pa' mi tambor. Aña pa' mi tambor, aña pa' mi tambor, aña pa' mi tambor. Oye, sabroso el tambor ya llegó. Aña pa' con ritmo y categoría, el rumbero lo tocó. Aña pa' mi tambor, 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 que suena sabroso. Aña pa' mi tambor. Con un ritmo bien bonito, con un ritmo melodioso. Aña pa' mi tambor. Pero escucha mi tambor, pero oye mi tambor. Aña pa' mi tambor. Que no se pare la rumba y que no, y que no, que no, que no. Aña pa' mi tambor. Celebra en sus ahogos, yo le pongo mi sabor. Aña pa' mi rumba y rumba, rumba, rumba y rumba, rumba, rumba sabrosa. Aña pa' mi descarga pa' mi gente percusiva y cadenciosa. Ataca, José. Dale, manos de hierro. Oye, y por ahí viene el negrito del swing. Ataca, Charlie. Mira quién viene tocando. Ese es el nene de los Silva. Habla, Julián.
Yes, Nathan, this is the very last tune. Come on, bro.
somebody call the ambulance, please, because I am. Yes, yes. That was
You
my
burned the house
marathon.
down, man, with the last track. Whew.
All right,
Oh, that
so
was
I just want to
amazing.
say thank you, everybody, and especially Hung. Thanks for doing this collaboration. I really enjoyed it, and let's do it.
Let's do it
one
again.
more. Yeah.
We'll keep
And first
going.
to all our listeners, thank you
Yeah.
to you guys.
Yeah, thanks to everybody. Want to remind you that coming up right after this is we have a special 3-hour set by La Mambera Barcelona. That's the group that our good friend Xander Cage is part of. A bunch of the Barcelona DJs will be playing for your pleasure. And then after them, we have DJ Kelly GR from Greece playing after them. So, and then a whole day of music. So stay tuned here on CoBeatParty. We've got a lot of amazing music, a lot of great talent, and you just won't be able to get up and do anything productive today. Just like, write it off. Today is a loss. It is just devoted to music.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
All right. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next set. Bye.